Hello. I should say white rabbits, white rabbits, white rabbits, because it's the first day of November, and I believe you say white rabbits 3 times on the first day of the month. And I didn't, look at that, 2:22. I didn't organise that. I just always turn on the camera when it's time. So it's time. Let's have a bit of a look at the usual stuff. I'm not going to say much about Scorpio today, except to have us all remember that Scorpio has 3 emblems: the snake, the scorpion, and the eagle. So it's capable of dealing with the lowest of the low and the highest of the high, I suppose. So we'll just get straight on to death, shall we? The stylized image of death. Oh, this is Giant's Tarot, of course, and I'm Elizabeth. Bit remiss today. The stylized image of death is not a forbidding figure, but is instead the liberator, whose keen blade releases consciousness from old bondage. Death is the principle of nature which sweeps away old life and clears the ground for the growth of the new. Without death, life could hardly have begun, but death is not the end. Old life not only makes way for new, but also supplies the material for its structure. The future springs from the rich loam of the past. Nothing is lost and nothing is wasted. Only the form changes. Destruction is a blessing in disguise, as it clears the way for something better. The removal from one's life is that which is outdated or superfluous in order that one may move forward into the future unhindered. We're still in the first decade of the death time, which runs from October 24 to November 22, and this decade finishes tomorrow, so it is the decade of it's actually the decade of friendships and enmity, ideas and inspiration. And it's the 5 of Cups. Scorpio Decan 1 are the perfect invisible man. They make a great classic Scorpio spy because of their amazing ability to construct a psychic cloaking device. So even though some of them really do have their fatal written all over them, they seem to be able to convince otherwise. Spin doctors and propagandists do well here too. Scorpio Decan 1 are made of true grit. They often risk life and limb for a cause they believe in. They also make excellent interrogators, relentlessly probing until they get an answer. If they do happen to fall on the wrong side, they can withstand a great deal of torture before they open their mouths. These folk really can take being stretched to the limit. Oh, isn't this horrible? Somehow, you can see I'm not a Scorpio. Somehow their deep faith in whatever they believe in gets them through the most horrendous suffering. Gee. Okay, so we do have a Scorpio Division 1, November 1. A zestful energy invigorates the inventive ideas of Scorpio of the 1st Division and makes them natural leaders. They relish challenges to their considerable skills and consider each moment of every day a fresh opportunity to strive and to accomplish. Just to be around them is to feel their enthusiasm for life, for they are highly creative, energetic, bold and ambitious. They produce something that is original, something that is their own, or this is what you should be trying to do on a day like today, the 1st of November. For a Scorpio 1, that's the best energy, to produce something that is original, something that is your own, and to preserve our Earth's delicate beauty. So look after that. Cartomancy for today is the 6 of Diamonds. As the numbers progress from, 0 to 1, 0 through 1 to 6, the meanings of numbers morph through a pattern of growth. Chaldean and Pythagorean systems of numerology are embedded within our collective understanding of the meanings of numbers. Over long centuries, these pondered meanings have been applied to all manner of thought, belief, pattern, action, and materialization, both within mind and on Earth's surface. The early numbers 0, then 1 to 6, develop questioning, creative and emotional response, understanding, wisdom, and use of will. When 7 is attained, man enters a higher reality. But we are examining 6, and in cartomancy the human force, having reached 6, is now in a place where the commodity of soul is recognized as having the power to interact with others outside of self. 6 is a shared thing, and community laws should apply. In cartomancy, the 6 is a eureka moment. 6 is a lot, and yet it is so balanced, twice the primary number of 3. It seems abundant, and so surely this balance should be maintained if possible. So those community laws seem a good thing, and so does recognition of karma. Actions that do not support the balance of the 6 can mess things up. Who has the responsibility to oversee the abundance of the 6? Well, you guessed it. It's the actual 6 itself. Looking up to heaven for guidance and understanding, the 6 of diamonds encounters the 9 of clubs, who whispers, "I know that a new action begins a new journey," which does not seem to help much, except to reinforce that the maintenance of balance is an important issue. The 6 of diamonds has an inner calling to create equilibrium, be it financial, giving or receiving needed funds or resources, settling volatile or threatening disputes, perhaps bringing the philosopher's stone to those who have no knowledge of such things. The 6 of diamonds understands the capacity of values to build peace and stability. It is the application of mercy, is it the application of mercy or good sense? Well, it's just balance, and balance creates balance. It does. And with some confidence, the 6 of diamonds directs some muddled traffic forward with a sensible, indisputable, "Come on, this is the way to go." And the reading for today, November 1, want to probe the mysteries. Many occult and metaphysical students, or merely interested in phenomena. Superstitious if undeveloped. Good lawyers, metaphysicians, or medical doctors. Intense and dynamic, never lazy, want money. I've come without the Lenormand card. Oh no, I've done it again. It's the fox. Well, a bit crafty, like Scorpio, but it looks after its young and it escapes danger, unless I suppose it's hounded down by dogs. I'll see if I can find it very quickly. I was actually looking through the Tibetan Book of the Dead to see what I could read about death, but I couldn't really come up with everything because it was all death and rebirth, and I thought, well, you can't really say that that's mainstream, can you? I'm just, I'm trying to be a bit mainstream here. I'm not a great brain, but I just love all this stuff. Okay, quickly I'll read it for career. The fox typically represents a traditional job, 9 to 5, where you work for an employer and receive a regular paycheck. It can also indicate harassment in the workplace or backstabbing. Ugh, not very wonderful. For health, the Lenormand fox usually indicates a need for a second opinion. Something may not be right with the original diagnosis. If you have any doubts, it might be a good idea to double check. Glenville Kleiser for November 1 says, always listen to good counsel. It is worthwhile to listen to advice, since you always have the privilege of rejecting it if it does not meet with your approval. Many persons are not amenable to suggestion and thereby often lose valuable ideas. To decline advice openly and abruptly is imprudent and ungracious. Much of the advice offered is sincere, emanating from kindness of heart and a desire to render helpful service. It is often beneficial to know the other man's viewpoint, since his opinion may be based on longer experience and better judgment than yours. Cultivate a mind receptive to the general counsel of others. Give ready ear to all suggestions intended for your advancement and improvement. You can learn something from everyone you meet. The Theosophical Society for November 1 says, "Remember, every feeling is relative. There is neither good nor evil, happiness nor misery, per se." The birthday book says, "This birth date may bring profit from enterprises connected with excitement and a touch of mystery. It indicates a very fertile mind with a turn for the marvellous, and favours the calling of professional conjurer, the organiser of mystery tours, even stunt voyages to the South Sea Islands. There is great managerial ability. The right partner will accept and like whatever is coming." And today, the 1st of November, what is the meaning of November? November, the 11th month in our calendar, means 9th month. It is another name from the old calendar, which has not been altered, though its place in the year has been moved. November, to our Anglo-Saxon ancestors, was Blot Monmouth, or blood month, when they killed off the animals they could not feed during the winter. And there's a big picture of a pig here. Poor old pigs. I don't eat pork, but their little eyes and their little mouths, they're so like us. It's so sad about the animals. I'm a bit grim, aren't I? Anyway, have a great day. If you can make a great day out of that, you got Scorpio blood in you.